G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my round 20 preview and also a few other ideas. I'm basically combining a whole heap of video ideas into one video. So this might go for a bit, so I hope you guys enjoy. But look, so for my round, so heading into round 20 this week, Will Ashcroft was here, but I'm going to be trading him to either Libba or LDU. Still a bit undecided. I think I'm leaning towards Libba though. He's just backed it up this season with a ripping season. He's basically the main midfielder left that I don't have in my team as a high scorer. So I think we're going to do Ashcroft to Libba. LDU is very tempting to just bank a little bit more cash with my last trade. But yeah, look, I think we're going to go Libba. Actually, I will lock in Libba because I think it's very much of a likelihood of that happening. So I'll just lock in Libba. If I change my mind, I'll let you guys know on Twitter tomorrow. Stephen D.W. Smith on Twitter for me. So, yeah, look, vice captain, captain. I'm thinking Dacos on the Friday night heading into Bont. There are some really good options this week. It's a bit funny this week. There's plenty of good options, and there was barely any last week. I really like Dacos, Sicily, Stewart, Bont, Dunkley, Merritt, English as the main ones this week. But I'm settling in for something a bit simple. I think Dacos tomorrow night. I think he'll go pretty all right there. And I'm going to captain Bont. It's between Bont or English, really. Dunkley's really good. Merritt's really good of an option. Same with these guys. But I think it's a big game tomorrow for the Giants, and I think Bont will just stand up. It's in Ballarat, and I can just bank on Bont. I know what he's going to get from me. He should get me a 105 plus score every single week. So if the VC fails, I'm happy to fall onto Bont. He can get me a 120 or something. So I really like Bont as a captain, not so much a VC, just because he doesn't quite have that ceiling. Every now and then. It's usually a very consistent kind of score, and that's why I'm going to back in Bont if Dacos fails there. Bring in Libba this week for Ashcroft. We're down to one trade. This is why that 123k in the bank came in handy. So, I mean, I didn't expect to be getting rid of Ashcroft in this sort of way, but I just knew that I had to eventually move on from him, and it's unfortunate with the ACL there for Ashcroft. So I'm going Libba. So that's why I had the extra money so I could upgrade Ashcroft to a really good player. So yeah, look, this is the team. And also one thing I will mention as well with my team, there are little murmurs that Marshall could be out. I think St Kilda are saying, oh, they're managing his load, blah, blah, blah. But I don't trust St Kilda. I don't trust Ross Lyon. We are going to, what I'm actually really thinking of doing, so Laird's back this week, so we can move Dunkley, and this is how I'm probably going to set up myself. Dunkley back into the forward line. We take out Darcy Cameron, and I'm going to chuck the cheeky emergency on Darcy Cameron, just in case he's a laid out Rowan Marshall. So this would be the team. Yeah, I think maybe Rowan Marshall's laid out. And if that's the case, I can get a bit of an advantage on the rest of the people if he is. The little devil in me is saying, oh, I hope Rowan Marshall's out. But no, clearly not. But I wouldn't mind Darcy Cameron just coming in just in case Rowan Marshall's laid out. So this would be the team besides that. And obviously Laird would come on field. So this is very likely how we're going to look heading into this week. Now, I wanted to, I guess, do my review a bit on my trades because throughout the season, I've been doing quarter time and halftime reviews, and now it's about that time of year for a 3/4 time review. So I guess we can review a little bit of our season. So I believe the last the last season review was round 13. So since then we've really climbed up the ranks, and we're now 1,386, which is a really good accomplishment. One trade to go with 5 rounds to go is a bit scary, but I'm going to be holding on to that last trade for dear life, and that's why I find it handy having a 23rd premium in Harry Himmelberg in my team. So, look, we'll see how we go. If we can finish inside the top 1,000, that's amazing. If we can have a better rank than we did last year, 2003, that is also amazing. I feel pretty happy. I'm very happy with how my seasons ended up panning out. Imagine if we had a better starting team, 81,563 starting rank. But we've sort of built our way through the year, making good trades mostly here and there. Speaking of that, let's get into trades for this. So far, from round 13 onwards. So we did Neil to Zeeble. I think that's paid off. Well, that's paid off super well. Jump it out of Zeeble early. We've been sub a couple of times, all that sort of thing. And Neil's been a terrific pickup. Weddle out for Marich. Now, I believe this was, I was thinking when Mitchell was out due to an illness with the Port Adelaide game. But Marich, I mean, he's good cover. He should be playing most weeks, so that's fine. So if worst comes to worst, we run out of trades and we've got like three premiums there, we can pop Marich on field. Then we did Chin Cotter and Ford out for Cameron and Keys. Keys is looking a bit dodgy. I'd prefer to have Cornelio in this situation now. But hey, Keys is here to stay. Hopefully he can kick in a couple of snags. Play that high half forward role, not stuck in the forward pocket. And it just seems it's going to be a little bit inconsistent with Ben Keys playing midfield or forward. And Darcy Cameron, look, he missed a week, but he has been good ruck cover just in case of a disaster in the ruck, which hasn't come yet, but it could. You never know. Oliver out. Yes, in round 16, I finally conceded getting rid of Oliver. Bloody hell, wasn't that a disaster? That's my biggest what if for the season. If I traded Clayton Oliver earlier, that's my biggest what if. In my opinion, I'd definitely be inside the top 1,000, but these are the game-changing decisions you can make there. And Bailey Humphrey decided to let him go. He was playing more forward pocket. I don't really get it with Gold Coast there. Should be playing more in the midfield. But, hey, they found a bloke like Sam Flanders that is playing a really important role for them. We got in Petrarca. So he's just super consistent, even if he's playing forward. He's been giving us really consistent scores between 110 and 130. So I'll take that every week. Not a big fan of his forward role, but I guess he hasn't let us down so far. And Harry Himmelberg, it's a bit of a fake premium, but it was good to see him repay us the faith when he scored 109 last week. So that's super good. Makes me a little bit more confident fielding him week in, week out. Usually he'd be my 23rd premium. Round 18, which was a couple of weeks ago, we traded out Tom Green and Matt Johnson to get in Sicily and Cooper Harvey. I think these were a good couple of trades, especially Sicily last week when he scored a 171. That was amazing. Shame about the Hawks. That was disappointing. Cooper Harvey, he's been putting in 2 average performances, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did get dropped this week. So that's one less player on the bench that is playing, but hopefully we can get someone in like Matt Roberts back in the side pretty soon. Tom Green, hamstring few weeks. That's all right. And Matt Johnson, 328K. Look, and he got subbed out again last week. You question how long he's going to stay in the side. So I'm happy to strip a bit of cash and made sure they got in an absolute uber premium, James Sicily. And yeah, this is the trade we're going to look to do this week. Ashcroft to Libba. I'll let you know if I change my mind on if I get in Libba and I could get it in LDU. LDU should go really well this week as well. But I think Libba, the reason that's got me really thinking about LDU this week is because he's got a really good matchup this week, but it's all about who do you think is going to score more in the next 5 weeks, and I believe that should be Libba, but you never know. That decision could bite me on the arse there, but LDU should go well against West Coast this week, but you look at Libba's fixture. So he's got the Giants this week, which is a pretty solid matchup. I think he can go all right. Giants aren't very restrictive inside the midfield. Bloody hell, can you load? There we go. He's got Richmond, who leak points in the midfield. Hawthorn, poor aside. Then he's got West Coast. And really the only tough game, in my opinion, is Geelong at the Cattery. So that's grand final week for league. So hopefully I can make a couple grand finals in some of my leagues. But this might be a bit of a struggle, but I don't think Geelong would tag Libba. They're going to mainly put their attention to Bont. That's why Libba's such a good option. No one's going to tag him really. I've only seen him be tagged once this year, or someone opposition put a lot of effort into trying to stop Libba, because they're all going to go after the Bont. They're worried about Bont, but not Libba. So yeah, that's that sort of thing there. So I think that's why I'm going Libba, better fixture, and teams aren't as focused on Libba compared to LDU, where LDU's their best midfielder for North Melbourne. Libba's their second or third, but they're mainly going to put their attention to a top 3 player in the comp, which is Bontempelli, and the best player in SuperCoach. So what else do I want to talk about? I'm going to review my starting team at the start of the year. So going over to my drive. So I'm going to quickly review this. I don't want this to go too long. I know this will probably be a longer video. So I'm just going to review my starting team from this year. It's been a good comeback. This is the starting team that put me 81,563, but now we're 1,385, 86, something like that. So we've made a good comeback, but I'll tell you what, it would be nice to just nail a starting team. It's felt like for the past 3 years, I've picked a really poor starting team. I've always had to play catch up. Tom Stewart was a good start. Well, he wasn't a good starting pick, but he was a good pick for this year. But we just picked Stewart at the wrong time, where he got injured in the first quarter against the Pies. Sam Doherty, look, that game against Richmond was about the only good thing he did for our team. I just got FOMO this year, not having Doherty in the first game of the season. I'll be watching that. He's got a great history against Richmond, but clearly this pick did not work out. If you went Dawson over Doherty, I had Dawson for most of the preseason, but I got FOMO with Doherty not having him in the first game of the season. I was worried what he was going to do. So if you went Dawson, you're laughing there. Ridley, pretty disappointing pick. Pod breakout candidates, I'm not going to do anymore, just because it's more likely to go wrong than right. It's very hard to pick a breakout candidate. So I think, and Ridley's a burn man for me now. So I think it's going to be hard to be picking him ever again, unless he does prove that he is a top 6 defender. If he proves it, if he's a top 6 defender in the game. Liam Jones, pretty average pick. Round 1, I think he got concussed here, and that was a pretty poor pick. I think he still ended up making like 100K, but just a super slow burn after that 5. McKenna, really good starting pick. Gave us some really nice scores on a good roll. Constable's good for the first 2 weeks, and then he just got dropped and he hasn't been back in the team since. Wilmot, really good pick. I think he's on like 420K now or something mental like that. I think that's another lesson learned for me next year. Just really got to be holding out these rookies just a tad longer. Just because, just eke out as much coin as we can on some of these rookies, but at the same time, you do need to upgrade the team. Lockie Cowan, if you went without him, that's all right. If you went with him, that's all right. He made 100K. Laird as a starting pick sort of failed, because you want to be picking these blokes at 700K or more, where they will hold their price, or they won't go below 650. But I believe Laird was 580 at one point. So pretty disappointing starting pick. 700K there. Oliver would have been the better pick as the starting pick. Bont, super pick, 634K is bargain. So I think most people went Bont. That was a good pick. I'd say Green's a success. I know he got injured, but I think he was pretty consistent throughout the year. A couple of 70 scores, but I thought he was pretty good starting pick. Hopper was all right. I think a lot of people went a lot of mid prices just because last year that was the trend, but this year it felt like more of a rookie sort of thing. Finn Callahan, pretty bad starting pick if you got rid of him early, but he did end up making, I think, about 130-ish K from his starting price eventually, but he did look a bit cooked when he hurt his shoulder during that West Coast game. So I think he delivered 2 pretty bad scores, and I just thought, nah, I can't do this. Will Ashcroft, I held him till he got to his highest price, 510K. Really good starting pick. Cam McKenzie, if you went without him, probably a good result. I think he only made about 80K before everyone jumped off. Just didn't quite get the role we would have thought. Ginby was good. How much did he make for us? Roughly about 130, but I think he made a little bit more for people that were a bit more patient with him. Oscar Baker was really good. I think he made about 180,000, so really good starting pick. Chesser, at least he's playing, but yeah, gee, he just can't deliver a good score at all. Davey, pretty average starting pick. I was really considering Noah Long instead of Davey, which I probably should have gone for, but I just didn't like the idea of him playing small forward in a pretty poor side. All right, let's head into the ruck and forward line. Sean Darcy, I flicked him off in round 4 to get in English, just because I thought, Darcy looks like in a bit of trouble. I remember in round 2 against North, he was on -5 at halftime. Just thought, nah, get me out of this. While other people are having fun enjoying Tim English. Rowan Marshall, pretty good starting pick. He was a good pick at a good price as well. So that was good. Nick Madden being a super reliable captain, loophole option this year. So thank you, Nick Madden, for your service. Josh Dunkley, really good. Really good. As always, this will be the last year we get Dunkley, Rosie, Torino, Goulden, Cogs, Butters as forwards this year. So enjoy it while you can. It's great to have Dunkley in the team there. And he's just been playing a lot more midfield in the Lions team this season. Connor Rosie, super consistent, been a great starting pick. Taranto, great starting pick. He's been better than what I thought he would be. But full-time mid, best mid in that team. I guess it's understandable. If Taranto's slowing up like he is and it continues to slow up, I think he's going to be at a pretty decent price next season as just a midfielder. So he's someone I'm really considering if he can just keep lowering his average a bit. Errol Goulden, I'll tell you what, a lot of people doubted him just because he had one good pre-season game, but he turned out to be a great pick. So that crowd's a bit quiet, but he was a great starting pick, and he's still in my team. He's been fantastic. This was terrible. Nat Fife. I don't know what I was thinking. A full forward, but I just kind of looked at his fixture. I thought Freo would be a lot better than what they are heading into this year. And yeah, he was. And I should have just thought better. I didn't pick Mateus Philippou just because he was playing more deep forward in a team that I thought would go pretty poor. Now St Kilda have gone all right, but I think Philippou didn't even make. I think he made like 100K or something. Wasn't a great starting pick for that elevated price. So I'm glad I avoided that. But I don't know why I spent 313K on a full forward at the same time. But I just thought he's champion of the game. But you really don't want to be picking blokes that are going to be playing deep forward. So, yeah, that was a really stupid pick there. Sam Flanders, well, he was actually should have been a good starting pick if Stuart Dew used his bloody brain and actually put him in the midfield. And look how he's doing. 5-round average of 110. He's amazing in the midfield. And we saw that in the VFL numbers. And it just made sense. If you put him in the midfield, he's going to be a good pick. But unfortunately, pretty bad timing on that. Yeah, that was very disappointing that Dew just, played David Swallow over Flanders in the midfield. This would have been a good pick if Dew played in midfield. Whatever. Radical Out made me about 160K and gave me ruck cover. Very, very good pick. It was a bit shaky early, but he delivered me some really nice scores and some good ruck cover throughout. Fergus Green, another really good starting pick. He made about 170, so that was a bit of a success. But it was just more like picking Laird, picking Ridley, picking Fife, Flanders, I guess. But clearly the idea was there, but the execution, but the timing was terrible. Didn't go with Sheasel round 1, just because I thought he'd play a bit more forward. But I guess a lesson learned for next year as well is if you hear a snippet of a first-year player having a good role, then I think you just send it. So yeah, that's a lesson learned for me. Didn't have Sheasel, didn't have Oliver at the start of the season. Traded him in 2 rounds before he got injured, so that was fun, and then held him for 6 weeks. So yeah, look, was there anything else? I guess it's the final round of our leagues and a lot of people's leagues, of course. So guess we can go over what's at stake for me. If this can bloody load. I know I'm 9th in the SDS Times Pro League. So it is a big game, big matchup for me this week. I'm going up against Snags. Darren, best of luck, but I really need a win to get in the finals there. And the SDS SuperCoach League, I'm playing Daniel Crano. So best of luck to you as well there, mate. You're 5th. You're doing pretty well. I'll review where I'm sitting. And I think in most of my leagues, I should be making, I think in 9 out of my 10 leagues, I'll be making finals. But it's just this SDS Times Pro League where I'm 9th, even though I've got the 2nd best rank. This boils my blood a little bit because it's my own league. I've been the 2nd best and I'm 9th. I might miss finals. So bit frustrated with that, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully we can sneak into 8th and do a Miami Heat in that league. Gee, this is bloody slow. My goodness. So yeah, I'm 9th. So I need, what do I need? I mean, I basically need 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th to lose. So shout out Causa, Daniel, Sam, and Bradley. I need one of you to lose for me to sneak in. So, but if you win, GG, too good for me. So, I guess I'd go for the minor championship if I don't finish top 8 in that league. And then I believe I'm 2nd in the SDS SuperCoach League, which I am. So I'm 2nd, so should be looking at a top 4 finish there. Shout out to Riley, who's number 1 in this league. This is too slow. Also, a quick shout out to Stuart's Misfits. Ryan, I believe his name is. Yep. Shout out to Stuart's Misfits, Ryan. He is 175th overall rank in our league. So shout out to him. He's had a monster year. I'll tell you what, Ryan, if you're watching this video, we got to get you on the live stream. And so let me know if you're watching this video. Me and Brad want to get you on the live stream because you're just absolutely killing it, mate. So well done. Well done. Look, they'll probably do me. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I'll do a video next week on what type of guys you can target. If you've got any trades left, I'll make a video doing targets for SuperCoach finals. So maybe pods that have got a really good run home, because I know a lot of you guys out there are really going for leagues now instead of rank. So I'd like to try to help you guys out and pick some good pods, unique players for your matchups coming up, heading into finals. And one last thing I'll bring up. So draft, I'm in the AFL YouTubers draft, and unfortunately my season is done. I did lose. Oh no, sorry. I beat DR, so shout out to DR, great man. But unfortunately, I needed Joe to beat Spills. Joe from the Centre Bounce beat Spills. He nearly did, but unfortunately just fell short by about 59 points. So yeah, look, my season is done there. This has taken far too long, so I'll just ignore that. But I finished 6th. I'm out. So it is what it is. This is going really, really slow. Bloody hell. So I just came back to this. Me and Brad will be going live tonight. Need to sort out a guest. So I need to sort myself out there with that. But we'll go live tonight, 8:30. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. Hope you guys have a good week in SuperCoach this week. Hope your footy side wins. We'll do a live stream tonight, me and Brad, and we'll sort out a guest shortly. So make sure you stay tuned for the live stream tonight. We'll see you guys then, and we'll see you guys in the next video as well. Cheers.